Hi my friend, I'm Dan Hammer, and in this video series I want to help you maximize your high altitude sport. Whether it be mountain biking, powdered skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, rock climbing, or any other activity performed at high altitudes, there is one particular organ of your body that you must pay attention to. Unfortunately, most people don't, yet it can make all the difference in how well you perform, recover, and enjoy your particular sport. I'll introduce you to this organ in just a minute, but I want to set the stage. To maximize your time and expense, to enjoy your sport, you need to focus on your legs, lungs, and core muscles. Your legs generate the power and stamina you need for any mountain sport. Your core muscles are needed to transfer this power and stamina to the rest of your body, and your lungs will deliver the oxygen necessary to make it all happen. To help you understand how important oxygen exchange and delivery is to your performance, let me ask you this question. If I gave you the choice between two stock options that would pay you for the rest of your life, both stock options have the same entry level, but stock option A would pay you a 2% return for the rest of your life, and stock option B would pay you a 36% return for the rest of your life. Which stock option would you choose? A 2% return, or B, a 36% return? If you're smart, like most of the people I talk to in live presentations, then your choice is B, a 36% return. Well, that is the difference between anaerobic respiration without oxygen and aerobic respiration with oxygen. In anaerobic respiration, 1 unit of glucose produces a net gain of 2 units of energy. Plus the waste product is pyruvic acid, which the body converts to lactic acid. Lactic acid is that burning sensation you feel in your muscles and becomes a limiting factor in your sport. At high altitudes, it becomes even more prevalent because of the reduced oxygen level in the atmosphere. In aerobic respiration, 1 unit of glucose produces a net gain of 36 units of energy, 18 times more energy, and the waste products are water and carbon dioxide. Water to help hydrate your system, and carbon dioxide that is returned to your lungs. Carbon dioxide changes the pH of your lungs to allow them to bind more oxygen to the hemoglobin of your red blood cells, which in turn helps to deliver more oxygen to the working tissues. This is hugely important for all sporting activities, but especially for those at high altitudes. So, the question becomes, how can you naturally enhance this process? And the answer lies in a little-known organ that most people have never heard of. Yet this organ controls all of your cardiovascular system. This organ is called the endothelium. While your heart is extremely important to your cardiovascular system, it's your endothelium that ultimately controls its overall function. Now, raise your hand if you've ever heard of the endothelium. I'm not surprised that your hand didn't go up. Most people I talk to have never heard of it, and for those that have, few understand its function. Yet the 1998 Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded to 3 American researchers who discovered how this organ converts an essential amino acid called L-Arginine into nitric oxide, the master signaling molecule of your entire cardiovascular system. Let's examine this process. As you can see by the slide on this video, the endothelium is a 1-cell thick layer that lines all of your cardiovascular system. Your heart, arteries, capillaries, and veins are lined by the endothelium. Because it's only 1 cell thick, many scientists thought it was just an inert membrane whose only function was to keep the blood in the circulatory system and out of your body's tissues and organs. Research over the last 25 years has shown the endothelium to be an active, multifunctional organ that plays a vital role in metabolic, immunologic, and cardiovascular health. Scientists now believe that your endothelial cells ultimately determine the health of your blood vessels and plays a major role in preventing cardiovascular disease. One of the main functions of your endothelial cells is to produce nitric oxide. the master signaling molecule of your entire cardiovascular system. Who would have ever thought that an environmental pollutant, an extremely reactive and potentially dangerous free radical, could also be the most important signaling molecule in your entire body? Since its discovery, much has been learned about the role nitric oxide plays in your overall health and wellness. For example, nitric oxide regulates the muscle tone of blood vessels to have a major impact on controlling blood pressure. Nitric oxide stops blood platelet cells from grouping together to form a clot. This helps to prevent heart attacks and strokes. Nitric oxide helps the immune system fight viral, bacterial, and parasitic infections as well as tumors. Nitric oxide causes penile erections by dilating blood vessels to help prevent ED or erectile dysfunction. Nitric oxide helps to transmit messages between nerve cells. Nitric oxide seems to be associated with the process of learning, memory, and cognitive function. Nitric oxide promotes vascular reparative mechanisms when injury occurs, and it's one of the keys to reversing atherosclerosis or hardening of the arteries. According to Dr. Jonathan S. Stamler, professor of medicine at Duke University Medical Center, it does everything everywhere. You cannot name a major cellular response or physiological effect in which nitric oxide is not implicated today. It's involved in complex behavioral changes in the brain, airway relaxation, beating of the heart, dilation of blood vessels, regulation of intestinal movements, function of blood cells, the immune system, even how fingers and arms move. From airway relaxation for improved lung function to dilation of blood vessels for improved delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the muscles, tissues, and organs, nitric oxide plays a critical role in high-altitude sports. We'll specifically address this in our next video. If you have any questions about this information or need to contact me, then please either email me or call me directly. My contact information is listed on the screen. Or contact the person who turned you on to this video series. We're part of a team whose mission is to save 1 million lives so that they can enjoy life to the fullest. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video as I specifically share with you how nitric oxide will positively affect your training, performance, and recovery in your high-altitude sport.